Hey, this is the Cutest Elves. It's by Rachel Mintz, and it's super cute. I'm really excited about this book, and I thought we would work on this little lady today. I think I'm going to use Crayola Colors of the World again, but I'm also going to throw in another brand called Giotto. It's also a pretty inexpensive brand. It's available on Amazon. It's a set of 12 pencils, and it is less than $10 US also. So sorry about the background noise. Just kind of ignore it if you can. And I'm going to get started on her with Crayola Colors of the World. This one is in medium golden. So let's get started. The thing about the skin tones is you want to start with your medium tone. You don't want to go in with your lightest. You don't want to go in with your darkest. You want to try and find your mid-tone on this, because adding shadows later is easier. You can always darken the skin. It's kind of hard to lighten it once you have your color down there. Just changing the pressure of your pencil is going to give you a difference in lightness. These pencils are actually, for the price, they're actually pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of pigment in them, which I was surprised about. I really like them. For Crayola, they're an excellent pencil. So right now I'm just using like a medium pressure, small round strokes, so that everything is blending in nice and easy. Just go around the outside of her face. I'm grabbing the darkest shadows right now, and I will be quiet, and we'll keep working on this for about the next 20 minutes. And it's absolutely okay to go over the eyebrows. You're going to go in with a darker color later to grab each one of those little hairs. So don't worry. Just go right on over that. Also around the eye area, in the temple area, in here, around this, where underneath the brow bone and underneath the lower lashes, add a little more pressure, because you want this to be a little darker. The shadows here are darker, first of all. When you go in to do your highlights, you're going to add much lighter pencil on top of it, so it's okay to add a little more pressure through here. Now, you don't want so much pressure that you're actually burnishing the paper. And what I mean by burnishing, for those of you who don't know, burnishing is when you apply so much pressure that you can't see the texture of the paper underneath it anymore. It's just a solid color. You can see the textures through the paper, or you can see the texture of the paper still right now. But we'll go back in later and I'll show you a proper burnishing. Right now, this is still like a medium to heavy pressure on a pencil, and it's going to give you a little bit of a darker color. right through here, so it's not quite as intense. You're giving room for your highlighting color.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to get some lighter colored hoses or find a way to wrap these in some kind of foil to reflect the sun. I think that'll make a huge difference. Before I spend all the money to test that theory, let me unplug everything and pull the truck around where this thing is in the shade. Okay, I just backed the teardrop up such that it is still in the full sun, so there's not going to be any difference there, but now the unit will be in the shade. So let's plug it back in and see if that makes a difference. So there we are. We've got chickens under the teardrop. The teardrop is in the sun, but the hoses are in the shade. Let's see what kind of difference that makes. All right, so let's check it now that it's been in the shade for about 5 minutes. This is the exhaust.
As you work, you're going to see like a flat, angled area on your pencil, on the graphite here, and you want that. You want to keep that flat end down to the paper because it's going to give you a softer effect. You're not going to get lines. You're not going to get those harsh lines. This is going to give you a nice, muted, easy, soft effect when you're going over. And sometimes I'll even start on another sheet of paper and just work in circles until I get that little flat part on the pencil, and then move over to my actual work. If you go in with a pencil that's a little too sharp, you can get streaks, and that's not something that you want in your skin.
So you're building your drop camper and you're a little intimidated by the water. Is there a quicker and safer way? Let's find out. Intimidated by wiring up their own camper. Yeah, I can understand why. I mean, if you do it wrong, you can electrocute yourself. You can hit a minimum burn your camper in. So wiring your camper is not something you want to do without the right skill set. I'm not talking about your brake lights and turn signals. I'm talking about you want to be able to plug a coffee maker into your camper or a hair dryer. You want to be able to recharge your cell phone off, USB outlets. If you want to do any of those things, yeah, you're going to either have to know how to wire it or have another solution. Well, this could possibly be the solution. This is the FF Power 2001 portable power station. Now, recently I've had a lot of companies reach out and say, hey, we've got a portable power station, I want you to try it. But frankly, I've turned all of them down because I don't know if this channel used to be a big running commercial. But there are two things about this one that made me say yes. One is it's 2,000 watts. That's a whole lot of power in this box. Most of the others are 1,000 to maybe 1,500. 2,000 watts is kind of a big deal. The other one is that FF Power says you can charge this unit and you can use this unit at the same time. Now that doesn't sound like too big of a deal, but a lot of the other power stations say you can either charge it or you can use it. And if you try to do both, you're going to do damage to the battery. Well, FF Power says it's not a problem with this one. So with those two qualifiers in place, let's go. So, as always,
This is the cutest book too. Definitely glad I picked it up. And you can download this book from Rachel Mintz website. You can also get a hard copy from Amazon, which is what I did. If you like to print things off on your own paper, probably a better idea just to download the digital version. I think it was about, I don't know, I can't remember. I think I spent like $7.99 on this at Amazon. It's probably about the same for the digital, but I'll double check that.
To expose a fairly large compartment is that there's dust protection. I think that's pretty cool. And
And remember, don't worry about having a little darker area under the eyes. We're going to be adding eyelashes and a lot of shading under here, so it's okay if it's darker.
The estimated remaining hours at the current usage rate. Right now it says it has
Just make sure you ease up on your pressure when you get to the cheekbones, the apple of the cheek, and the highlight of the cheekbone area. We'll go in with a different color for highlights and to warm it up with a rosy color.
What I call cigarette lighter outlet. A 12-volt 10 amp, looks like an XT60 or an XT90 connection. 12-volt 3 amp, 12-volt 3 amp. It's got several USBs on there, 5-volt 2.4 amp on 2 of them, and then looks like QC 3.0, 18 watts on 2 of them, and then it has 2 USB-C connections that are 100 watts. It's quite a bit. There's a fairly bright light on there. So the AC outlet, flashlight, the USB outlets, and the 12-volt outlets, none of these things are turned on until you push the button in its own area. So you can run each one of these.
Now the nose area is kind of an optical illusion for those of you who are kind of new to skin, and the shadows are the key. What you want to give the optical illusion of the nose, moving away from you is depth and darkness, and we'll work on that. Shadows around the mouth and the nose are kind of difficult when you're first starting out, but what we want to do is, this is the bridge of the nose. We want it to go darker here to make it look like it's going away from us. It gives depth so that this is closer to us. So we'll just move up. I like to find the area where I'm going to start the decline of the nose. I think it should start right about here. And I just kind of find the pattern, go down, find the straight edge where I want the nose to start. Make sure it's not crooked.
Let's give it about 30 minutes to see what it does.
And so far we've only used one color. We're getting ready to switch.
It's down to 81 degrees. So it's dropped about 21 degrees in the last hour. I can tell it's much more tolerable than you're done. So now if you remember, one of the 2 reasons.
And all of this is shadow. So we're going to switch. I'm going to lay this one aside. This was medium golden. And I'm going to grab deep golden. Come right in here. Nice and easy.
Pretty tough to see out here in the sun, but it says there's 1,195 watts going into the unit and 382 watts coming out of the unit. So the plan of being able to use the unit while you're charging is valid. It does work though. Does it harm the battery? We'll just have to take FS Power's word for it. Let's unplug it from the extension cord and see if anything changes. Nothing changed. It continued to run. Check the thermometer again. It's down to 80 degrees. So we've dropped 22 degrees in 1 off. If the power even blinks for a second, you may be into a 20, 30 hour print, and it's gone. Now, it says that these have a restart feature, but it doesn't really work. So this will be wonderful to be able to run a 3D printer off this power unit, and if it flickers, I know I'm good. Right now, I have about 1100 watts going into the unit. Let me go into preheat mode. Preheat PL8, that's what I'm using. Look at that. About 1200 watts going into it, and around 300 watts coming out of it. So what I want to do is start a print, and then unplug the FF power from the wall and see if there's any disruption. If there's not, oh my gosh, this could be a huge game changer. Alright, I'm not actually going to print anything, I just want to see if it'll stop when I unplug it. So let's pull the cord for the power station. Look at that, we're still going. 0 watts input, still 125 watts output, and the machine's still running. Alright, so if you've never 3D printed, this isn't going to mean anything to you, but if you have, oh my gosh, I cannot believe how much this is going to change. And that I won't have failed prints because of power outages anymore. If for no other reason, this power station is worth it just for that. So the question is, can the FF
And even though it looks a little weird right now, don't worry about it. Everything's going to look nice and smooth by the end. Just have to be patient with yourselves. That is the biggest secret in art. Be patient. Always be patient. Be patient with the process. Be patient with yourself. And we're going to go back. Grab the lighter shade, medium golden.
I'm using a WFCO.
Go right back over that darker shade.
Which takes AC electricity from the campground and runs the
Smooth it out nice.
onboard camper battery.
Now you have a nice little contour in the nose.
Sugar up from its own battery.
And we'll make it darker still, but right now this is just the beginning of the shadow. And once again, I apologize for the background noise. I've got a lot going on over here right now. Okay. This looks like a good place to stop right now. I will be back tomorrow with the second installment, and we will finish the nose and this side of the face. So we'll have her finished from here. And we'll keep going. We're going to do her eyes, and we'll do her hair also. So I think probably there'll be 5 parts to this altogether. So we'll keep them short, about 15 to 20 minutes a piece. If you guys have any questions or concerns, absolutely send me a message in the comments, or send me a message on Messenger. Be sure to go over and like me on Facebook and Instagram, and absolutely send me questions and comments over there as well. Hope everyone's having a good day. See you soon.